Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Ty from Kicks, and today we're going to talk about the Nike PG4 Gatorade edition. Man, like we haven't even digested the PG3 yet, and Nike is already launching the fourth edition of Clippers Forward Paul George's signature shoe. The thing is this, like I feel like they just rushed to just pump out so many sneakers. At least give us a chance to like digest the PG3. They just keep on bringing out all these sneakers and people keep buying them. I mean, it's just crazy. I love the idea of like upgrading stuff, but man, give people a chance to just sit on something for a minute. But like it's Nike and they can get away with it, so they do it because people want it and people are just not satisfied. They always want more. So that's why. Anyway, uh, Paul George is an ambassador of Gatorade, so it makes perfect sense for Nike to do a collaboration shoe with Paul George's and Gatorade together. Now, I've seen pictures of the shoe. I like the way they look, but it's not like extravagant. It's not something that I go out of my way to be like, whoa, this is something I've never seen before. It looks just like any other Nike shoe, so it's nothing spectacular about this sneaker. It looks okay, and what you have, I have the tech on my website, dual mesh semi-transparent zipper overlay. You can see that over here. Get red logos on up there. And what else do we have? Full booty construction and internal webbing system inside. I also cut out Gatorade inspired colors. I mean, that's pretty much typical. Tres on the tip of the left shoe and Young on the tip of the right shoe. So that's just, I guess, Paul George's old history that he's putting on the shoe there. But man, like I don't even know, man. Like I don't even know what to say. It's okay, I guess. I know people are gonna want to get this because it's the first edition. So the first two models are gonna sell pretty well, I believe. And so my job today is to try to figure out how many pairs were made. So let's get to that. I'm gonna go to my PowerPoint or my slide. So first thing I did was I went to find out who was getting this sneaker. So we have to find out the stock is allocated. So I gathered my data online and came up with a variety of retailers and boutiques all over the world. And so usually what I do is I categorize the data, like I put it into like region, say USA and then Europe or the rest of the world. But this time I didn't do it because the amount of stores is so small that I just wanted to put everything into the same category. So what I did was I put Nike and Foot Locker together, and everybody else I put into the same boat. So beside Nike and Foot Locker Europe, here are the confirmed stockists. It's Finish Line and Sneakers and Stuff. A few store that's overseas. Rose Basket. I found out about this place today. Basketball for Ballers, Basket Temple, and Soul Story. You can click on this link. Yeah, just look at my description in the description below. You're gonna see that. Let's go to the next slide. So, and then the next thing that I had to do was set up my assumptions, right? And that's the hardest part about doing this kind of stuff is the assumptions because you don't know who's getting what. You don't know how Nike is gonna distribute the sneakers. So, but one thing I know is this: Foot Locker is gonna get like preferential treatment. That's just a given. So I'll give Nike half of the total inventory, and I'll give Foot Locker a quarter, and then Finish Line and the remaining people also gonna get a quarter. So Finish Line will probably receive half of the total. Those are the people I get. I'll get to it in a second. So I'm also gonna assume that the online stores are gonna receive about 1/3 of the inventory of the physical stores. All right. And then we'll assume that each minor physical store is gonna get about 10 pairs per size. So basically, if size 8 would be 10 pairs, size 9, 10 pairs, size 8.5, 10 pairs, and so forth. So when I did that, I came up with 100 pairs in total. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to run our numbers. So we're going to get a total for the minor change because it's 6 places, 6 times 100, that's 600 pairs. And then we're going to find the online allocation. We take it 600 divided by 3, we get 200. And then we're going to get Finish Line 600 pairs plus an extra 200. That's for the online allocation. So Finish Line is going to get 800 pairs. The other places are going to get 800. The total for both is 1,600, and I took it up to 2,000 just to, maybe some errors that I made in, attributing the numbers. Now Foot Locker is going to get 2,000 as well because it's a quarter and a quarter. That's a half, so that's 2,000 and 2,000. And then the next thing that I did was Nike's total, which is 2,000 times 2 because Nike is getting half, so we got 4,000. That's based on our assumption. And then the grand total will be 4,000 times 2, which is 8,000 pairs. And I added an extra 2,000 to make it 10,000 for possible errors that I've made. Now I gotta add my disclaimer. I don't work for the brands. I don't work for none of these companies. So don't expect me to have like accurate numbers. I'm just giving you a picture of what the reality might be. So don't quote me on any of the things that I say. Just take it as a way to try and help yourself. Now the shoe so far has a aftermarket third-party market value of like, it's crazy because I thought the shoe would do better than this, but it's only selling for like 160, which means limited doesn't necessarily mean that people are gonna wanna buy the item, because I've only recorded 5 sales. That's crazy. Nobody's really buying that shoe. 5 sales recorded, so it's not that major. If you want to get it now, you can actually buy it on my website. I have some links for you there that you can get it from. But this is it for this show. I wanted to introduce one thing. This Agape Storehouse is a ministry that was started by my wife, and basically I'll just read off the whole thing. What is it about? Okay. So it was birthed out of a desire to demonstrate God's active, tangible love to his creation. Well, one thing she wanted to make sure was that no amount of good deeds or kind gestures that we, as God's children, do are good enough to earn his love, because scripture says we love him because he first loved us. But as God's children, we reflect his character since his spirit lives in us, and one of the fruit of the spirit is love, genuine, active love. So Ash is primarily rooted in the love of God, and is our prayer that as he empowers us, it remains that way. You may be asking, who's the founder of Ash and how does it work? So it was founded by my wife. Her name is Sarah Gasmin Salami. And now Ash was supposed to be just a ministry for locals. But what we did was we started a store online. So this store online is going to allow you to buy this stuff for free. You go shop there for free. So tell your friends you can get stuff for free from this place. The only thing that we require of you is that you have to pay shipping, because this is all stuff that we received as donations and we're giving it away to you. You just have to pay to get it shipped to your house. Now, some items we can't really ship, like a stroller. We can't ship that. Everything else, like clothes and like baby stuff and like clothes and plates and tools and bags and handbags, shoes, all those stuffs are free. So you go on there and shop for free. But we require you, each household is only going to get 5 items per month, because we want to make sure everybody gets access to it. So we're going to receive donations probably like maybe once a week, and whatever we get, we make it available on the website for you to get for free. So be sure to share it with your friends and let people know you can get items here for free. And I repeat, there's no catch or anything. This is the love of God being shown. And this is not to show off. This is for real, because he started that in her heart and she wanted to share that with you guys. So I took the opportunity to share it with you today. Okay? Thanks for watching. This is Ty from Master Kicks, and stay tuned for more stuff. All right? Thank you.